ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Talk, where we'll talk about a lot of things, like literally random stuff. So I'm your host, Amir, and I have yet to success to lick my own elbow. With me here today, this week's guest, I would like to welcome a very special lady who is full of charm, very talented, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. So instead, I invite lead singer.
You asshole!
A lead singer from the band Black and Blues, Cammy. Welcome,
Hello,
welcome to the
Amir.
show. Sup?
Yes.
Yeah. So, how's life?
Oh my god, you really want to ask me this question? Okay. Life's been great, dude. I mean, been busy. I mean, this weekend we performed in Penang, and then I think last 2 weeks I went to Cameron for a shoot, something.
Yeah. How was that? How's the
Which one?
the video show? If I'm not mistaken, you guys working on a music video, right?
Yeah, we are working on the music video. We recorded the band one. We haven't recorded the, what do you call it? The scenes. Like for the outside, for the outdoor scenes, we haven't recorded any. So I think we'll work on that next week or something.
Okay, that's cool.
It'll be out soon. Next
Alright.
year, I hope.
Stay tuned, guys. Okay, so before we start anything, right? I would just like to to put out some facts for all of us to actually think about, right? Do you ever sometimes think about these people who created, who invent their own language, right? Do you ever think like the thing that go across in their mind? They be like, "Damn, this language is so hard to learn. Fuck it, I'm just gonna create my own." Have you ever thought of that?
No, it's way too out there, man. If you want to talk about language,
Yeah, I mean,
you meant
like
the Kardashians.
can you
have
imagine
their own
like, oh,
phrases
this
and stuff.
language is so hard, so he just like ran off and then fuck it, I'm creating my own language.
Wow. I don't think I've had that in mind.
Okay, that is something for us to
Thought of.
think about. Okay, so let's carry on. First of all, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Maverick Paul Studio, for giving me an access to this very awesome studio. I'll leave a link to their website and all their social medias if you want to check out this awesome studio. So let's get to it.
What do you want to
So you're a lead singer of this band called Black and Blues.
Yes, I am.
So when this this band started actually?
Well, it started off, I think, when I was 14. It was just a group of friends, just jamming for fun at first. But then we entered this one Battle of the Bands. Apa nama dia? Belia Putrajaya or something. But it's in Damansara. I know. And then we participated in it. So I think the name of the band pun datang from the event itself, because at that time we don't have any idea of the name of the band, and apparently we were wearing black and denim. So what do we call ourselves? And then it's like, Black and Blues. So okay. So that's how we get our names. It's nothing important. There's no meaning to it. So
then it's just like one of those very on the spot punya.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Well, it's stuck for a long time.
Yeah, surprisingly, like how long has it been now? It's like you were 14, now you're 21, 22. 22, okay.
Yes.
So there's like a lot of years later on. I'm just too lazy to count, so just gonna say a lot of years. So okay.
Almost a decade.
Yeah, almost a decade. That's a very long time.
Yeah.
So in that band, right? So technically you're the only original members of that band, or
Yeah.
is there before this any other band member that is still in this band right now?
No, it's just me.
Just you.
Last woman standing. So
Yeah, surprisingly, you actually carry on with that name, huh?
yeah, I know. We had like a moment where we kind of like want to change, but I think I don't know. The majority of the people who knows about the name, we kind of went for it anyway.
Okay, that's cool. So technically, that's just a quick, throwback about it's like behind of that name,
Yeah.
Black and Blues. So
That is the original OG origin of the name.
So-
to those who are asking.
okay, so when you first started the band, right? How many people was in the band? You obviously the lead singer, and then you have how many people? Like 5, 4?
We had like 2 brothers in a band last time, and then a guitarist, and then a bassist. Our bassist was a female last time, so I wasn't the only female there at first. But now I am.
Female bassist, not bad.
Like, she now has a band called The Mash. So check her out. Her name is Juju. So
That's cool. So, yeah, I mean, that's very cool. You know, it's like you don't see female in this rock and roll scene very often.
well,
So what makes you actually, you know, want to pursue in this genre?
I never look at it as in like a gender thing, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, music comes in any gender, nationality, wherever you're from. So, but it's a male-dominated industry, I'd say, because like the majority of the people in the industry is like mostly male. So, as a female, it's not that hard, to be honest. It's not really a challenge or whatever, but it is kind of, it's different, you know, to see a female in a rock band or something. It's pretty different. So, kind of want to break that barrier off.
That's awesome, though. Like, yeah, because, you know, as we all know, like, most female singer, they tend to sing about, you know, this very like pop R&B kind of genre, right? But then there's you in a very like you know, a rock genre, which is, you know, I myself actually follow a few rock and roll female. There's a few bands that I like. So obviously one of it is Paramore. I mean, we all grew up listening to Paramore.
Yeah.
So from there we can see that female also can actually made it in this kind of genre.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, you
Everywhere.
went.
Come on, more females.
You went to their concert, man.
Yeah, twice. Actually.
Damn. So jealous. So come on, someone sponsor me, please. Okay, so carry on. What is you've been in this like almost a decade now. What is the, you know, within this decade, right? What is the common misconception that people tend to say about you being in a rock band?
That I'm too harsh? well, you know, I think growing up, I've always been a tomboy. You know, I like to listen to Linkin Park when I was 6, which I don't think normal 6-year-old girl would listen to. I think if you can insert a photo of me, here ke somewhere here ke, it's like me, like with my long hair, like a Linkin Park shirt, like I dress like a dude, you know.
Damn.
So I think it's just me being a bit harsh, you know. Some people they question like, okay, you're a girl in a band, why are you a bit macam kasar lah? But to me, you know, it's just who I am. I can't really go on singing like poppy songs and like wear dresses and stuff and like that.
That's boring though.
I mean, I can try it out as experiment, but it's not really who I am. I'm pretty hardcore inside.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Like yeah, I mean, of course, when it comes to this kind of industry, you just gotta have your own identity, right? Like, even though you do have your own identity, but I believe people still tend to like call you a copycat or a ripoff of a certain band.
Of course. But to that comment, you know, I don't take it as an insult. I take it as a compliment. You know, some people they did compare me with Hayley Williams, Paramore. Okay, for some maybe it'll be like an insult, like why you know. But I take it as a compliment. Man, you compare me with Hayley Williams. That's a big ass compliment, dude. Right?
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Hayley. I mean, I'm nothing like her, but if that's who you want to compare me with, I mean, I take that any time of the day.
Yeah, because actually from Hayley Williams, like Paramore, Evanescence, I think that is the point where we can see more and more female being in a rock band.
Well, to me, I mean, I listen to a lot of punk bands like that back in the 70s. I mean, I was born in the 90s, but like my influence are mostly the punk era. So there's Blondie, there's Patti Smith, there's a lot more bands that has females in it, and it's really empowering to see them on stage. Like, you know, what's her name? What's the Blondie girl's name? Debbie Harry. She is bomb, dude. Like, not wearing bra and like spit on people. I think that's pretty rock and roll.
That's pretty brutal.
It's pretty badass.
Very badass.
Like, if a dude does it, it's like, okay, you know, Ozzy Osbourne, he like bit the
bad hit.
Bad stuff. cliche. No hate. I don't mean to hate though. I mean, Black Sabbath is fucking amazing.
Dude, growing up listening to Black Sabbath also is like fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, and my main influences, of course. I know the movie just got out, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes,
Freddie Mercury, man. I think I grew up listening to Queen. I mean, my dad, he's a musician, so that's where I get all the good music.
Yeah, there's actually another fun fact about Cammy here, ladies and gents. Her father is a quite well-known musician here in Malaysia. What's the name? I'm sorry.
Research, man.
I'm sorry. I'm really bad at names. Okay, I'm really bad at names. What?
We're not gonna spill the tea, spill the name here. But he played in a band called Carefree. He's a bassist. He also sings. So
yeah, I mean, so it's cool though. And I believe people also tend to, you tend to hear this kind of comment where people like, oh, you use your dad's popularity to get where you are right now. I believe you heard that comment before.
Yes, of course I did. But to be honest, no. If you really want to say that, to be honest with you, I am doing something way out there different from my dad. And that he's more into the industry. Like, he was working his butt off for the longest of time, and I don't want to take that advantage, or you'd say ambil kesempatan. I'm not gonna go do that. I mean, like, people who knows me, but to those who don't know me, they don't even know who my dad is. So I don't go to people that say, oh, my dad's this. I just don't do that. I feel like I'm betraying my own path of life, just using someone else's name. I want to build my own name, my own legacy.
Exactly. I mean, it's better that way, It's like you have your own adventure. If you start, if you work your own self, like, so that people don't like, oh, of course, you get this far, like, because your dad is this.
Think about it, If I were to use my dad's advantage, I'd be, probably touring the whole Asia, to meet MNASI or something like that, But I just don't. I just want to build my own name, my own band's name. And he did ask me, like, okay, how's the music going? And I would normally say that it's doing well, even though, like, we're struggling, probably,
Yeah, it's, rock band nowadays is, they're all have a very slow start. So, it's not like, nowadays rappers and all, they can just like throw out some words and then they've got like thousands, millions of views and listeners. So as a rock band, like I myself as a heavy rock and heavy metal kind of fan, to see this band actually to start from the bottom all the way up is very, very hard. Yeah, especially how to say, nowadays, people don't really like listen to rock and roll. They're just like, oh, listen to rap, this kind of thing. I mean, no hate to a different genre, just personal point of view.
Well, I love Post Malone. I think it's so great, That's my opinion.
Yeah, I have no hate against different genre. I myself have a different genre playlist in my Spotify. So yeah, it's just to see that there is still people trying their hard to keep the rock and roll alive. After years and years, like in the 70s, 80s, the rock and roll is like on top of the world.
It's kind of hard to break that barrier, like even in the underground scene, in Malaysia underground scene, we have Masdo, we have SOG, we have Classmates. I think to be in a band that kind of plays a bit like the old rock and roll, it's kind of hard to break the barrier of the underground scene, I think. But you just do us, and I don't mind change. You have to work hard on your material, actually, because you'll never know. I heard this one quote from, I don't remember who. He said that you're one song away to change your life. So I think that kind of pushed me forward to just do what I do and keep making music. no matter what it is, either people like it or
Right.
don't. In 100 songs, probably that one song like can boom the industry. So.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you cannot please everyone, because different
Yeah.
people have a different taste of music. So yeah, what matters is that those people who actually like this kind of music, you give it to them.
Yeah.
Right. So
Something new.
that's what most important. So now let's take it, a little bit further to the future.
Alright.
What is your plan or your vision that you have for your band? Like,
Well, right now-
next 5 years or next 10 years?
Okay. Right now we're working on our album. We're recording. I think we have a few more to be done with, and then probably mid next year. It's 2018 now, right, guys?
Yeah.
So I think mid 2019 or somewhere earlier or later, we'll release an album, and that album is a compilation of all the songs that we made 10 years ago, and along the way, along that 10 years, we compile it and then make it an album. We kind of don't want to make a demo and an EP first. We just kind of want to
Yeah.
make an album, just go for it, like spend all the time we have now, because we're not getting any younger.
True.
Probably back then I was 14. People were like, oh wow, this 14-year-old is like rocking her butt off.
Yeah.
And now I'm like 22, turning 23, and then 24, and then next thing you know, I'm 30. I mean, not that it matters. I mean, age does not matter. Does not define
No.
who you are. It's just that the time and the energy.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
like so pumped right now. I'm like 22, and it's been 10 years, guys. Give me a break.
To see that determination. I mean, a lot of artists nowadays, right, that we all see on TV and everything. But what is your comment, right, towards this kind of people who like, they release one hit, they release one very awesome album, and then after that, right, they just kept
Hey.
quiet.
Well, to be honest, I have no say to that, because some people have their own different fortune on things, different challenges, different disadvantages. So I think, if you want to do whatever music that you want or whatever that you want to do, just do. You don't have to listen to what people have to say about you. Probably you can take those insult or comments as something positive, something that could bring you a change that even you haven't thought of it, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I should try this one. I should experiment on this one. It's all about experimenting new things. And I think keep on doing what you do. You'll have your fan base in any music that you play. And I think for me, myself, I'm just going to keep going, To those who don't like me, I'm sorry, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to keep going forward with my music. So
That's true. Let's go. I mean, yeah, it's just...
Cinta aku ni power sangat jadi itu sebagai apa
Come on, everyone have haters, I mean, I'm pretty sure right now, somewhere out there, people watching this video, they're probably commenting like, damn, Amir is so fat. And all this hate comment and everything. I mean, I am fat, no doubt about that, but yeah.
You're not fat, you're just
Fat. So, okay. So,
shaped.
yes, we all have shape. Suck it up. Around is a shape. So, carry on.
Carry on with what?
Carry on to the next topic that I'm going to ask actually. What is the biggest downfall that you have so far?
Oh, fuck. I can curse, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, curse all the way.
Dude, downfall. We have a lot of downfall. I mean, my experience being in a band. Okay. People leaving. I mean, my bandmates, we change our bandmates from time to time, Sometimes they just don't want to play music anymore. They want to switch to another band because we were working very lately, macam lambat tau the process. So some of them macam, okay, you know what? This is taking too long. I'm a bounce and move on with another chapter in my life. So I think that is one of the downfall. And then we actually recorded, like in the midst of recording, and then one of our bandmates, he went out. So I think so the process macam makin lambat. So up to a point macam okay, and then everybody left, and it left me and my bassist at the time. So me and my bassist, we continue on the legacy of the Black and Blues. We busk. I was a busker. Surprisingly, that's the last thing that I would thought of doing, but I went for it anyways. You know, we went on acoustic shows. You know, while looking for bandmates out there, and then up to a point, I had enough. I literally had enough. I was married at the time to my ex-husband, which is the bassist. You don't mind me telling?
That's okay.
Aku pula yang tanya kau mic ke tak? Apa? So I was married at the time, and I had enough with the whole band thing. I think it's time for me to do something else in my life, and then I gave up. I literally went on hiatus. I don't want anything to do with playing in a band. I think for 2 years.
Right.
And then a friend of mine, he which is my guitarist now, boy. Shout out to you, Afiq Nazrin, aka Boy, my boy. He invited me to play with this one rockabilly band called the Baba Yaga. We played for Art of Speed. I think 2015 ke 16, tak ingat.
16, I was there with Arman. Remember that year?
Yeah. Bukan, yang itu I dah main dengan Ella. Ni yang before that.
The year before that. Okay.
Yeah, so when he invited me to play for Art of Speed, I got... At first, I macam malas. I don't really want to play music anymore. You know, I don't want to get into that momentum of like losing people.
Right.
I had like a downfall, like a mental breakdown of me trying to pursue something that I love, but eventually it turned to shit. So... Then I went for it anyways. Then I performed for Art of Speed. And then that's when... Okay, that first year of me performing for Art of Speed, I kinda... Okay, that's it lah. I mean, okay, that one performance and that's it. And then after a year, he called me again, asking me again for Art of Speed. And I'm like, okay, probably. Kira macam dah biasa lah dengan boy kan. So, okay, and then I met L.
Fangirling sikit.
I met L. He was playing drums because our previous drummer couldn't make it. So he was playing. I think L kat luar.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah. Fangirling a bit.
So he was playing drums, and then okay lah. And then he owns a studio called High Castle. To anybody who wants to jam around Shah Alam area, you can go ahead and give it a go. So after that, I would always come to the jamming studio to lepak, hang out. And then I had like this moment where I have this integrity to ask him whether he or not he wants to play for the band, because he's so busy with classmates at the time. So I don't want to bother his time. So I went for it, and I asked him like, hey, do you want to play drums for my band? And he's like, what band? I'm like, and I gave him like a few songs, and he's like, okay, we can try it out. Then we jam, and I called Lee, my other guitarist, and I called Boy, and I called L, and then the bassist, and then we formed a band, and then we performed a couple of shows, and we got so comfortable with each other. And I think that is, from that downfall, we rise up to this one. I wouldn't call it a big achievement, but it's somewhat an achievement for me. I mean, from me giving up to now that we are in process of recording our album, and then we're making our music video, and then we have shows around.
Right.
Yeah, so that's that.
Oh,
that's the downfall.
That's quite a journey.
Pretty long way.
I mean, it's normal actually for a band to have a downfall, break up, new band. There's a lot of it. So it's normal, but what makes it different is your determination. Either you want to continue or just want to give up completely. Right?
Because in a way, I can't give up on music, man. I can't just stay at home, be a stay-at-home mom, or work in office, or do nothing in my life. I just can't. I must go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm a type of person who likes to move around, to go somewhere and then work. And then
yeah, I mean, for those who actually know you, clearly, we all know that you actually cannot sit for 1 minute.
I just can't, man. I need to keep on going, you know.
Yeah, it's
no matter
cool.
what hits me, I must keep on going. I mean, I failed a marriage, guys.
Well, it's all part of life. It's all part of the adventure. That's
It leads
cool.
me to something good. It leads
Yep.
me to this.
Well, from the downfall, and then all those hardship that you went through, now you are in the process of making your very first album.
Yeah.
I think it would be your debut album, right, for Black and Bruce.
Yep.
Right, that's awesome. And yeah, that's all. I mean, that's very good story. And any advice or any shout out to youngsters out there that who just wanted to start, who just about to start and all those things. Any advice or shout outs?
Yeah, here's like my advice for people who just want to start to play music or to form a band. Work on your material, no matter what people want to say, whether or not. Like, for example, people been telling me to perform a certain way, to sing a certain song, but I just don't want to. I just want to do me. So, to those who just started out there, I think you just focus on your group of people, that small group of people, just sit down in one room and talk about what you want to do, plan your things. If it didn't work out, there's always plan A to plan Z, and just keep on going for it. Don't ever give up.
Yep.
There are going to be times that you're going to feel like, shit, I'm not going to do this anymore. But if you're really passionate in what you do, really passionate in music, it'll go away. That small feeling of like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it anymore. It'll go away. It'll eventually go away, and you'll be pumped. You'll be like, okay, I need to do something with this fire to me. So just keep on doing, keep on practicing, make sure you're good, work on the things that people say that you're not. Don't take them as haters. Take them as a compliment to push you forward to what you're doing, actually. So, and there's social media, guys. Keep on working on your things. Post your songs on social media. There's YouTube. Make music video. Clock an EP. Work on your songs. Keep making music. I'm sure you can do it. For girls out there, come on, Joma. I mean, female power, man. Female empowerment. We need that. We need that.
Yeah, we need more female in this industry.
More female in the industry. Now we have Shuna, we have Margosa, we have Senja. We need more, guys. Come on.
Yeah, like
power.
I myself also actually in the metal scene, there's more and more female singing metal.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? And for a moment you think only guy can scream, and then there's this band that I myself listen to. There's Arch Enemy, there's Nightwish, all this female with lead singer, very powerful voice and everything, and they actually like on top of there. So as you can see, people, it doesn't matter you're guy or girl. If you have the determination, fuck
And
gender,
to
man.
those who say that girls can't do better than guys, well, fuck you.
Yeah, straight up, man. Straight up,
I'm sorry for my potty mouth here in the podcast. I'm sure,
Or should I say podcast?
Whoa! Wow, okay.
All right, guys, that's all for this week. Shout out to Cammy and her band. I'll leave out, all the links to their social medias down below. Check out their songs, check out their Instagram, check out everything they have. See you guys next week.